Welcome to the podcast, How's Your ePresence? This show is designed to help business people or companies understand ways to implement social media better. We're all in business to make money and pay the bills. Why not use social media to help increase those revenues by creating a better company or, for that matter, a better personal brand? What we do here on How's Your ePresence is we talk about things that can help you simply do a better job online. Should you have a personal presence? Should you care about social media? Can you actually make money or get promoted by using social media a little more effectively? Yes, you can, and we talk about that here on How's Your ePresence. This show is managed by ePresence, and I am Mark Galvin, the founder and CEO of that firm. ePresence is a company that manages social media for you, the individual. ePresence can launch social media profiles for you. Why? Because that's where business is done. You think about that. When you go online today, do you go on and interact with a company? Well, maybe if you're complaining, you are. But normally, you're looking to interact with other people online, either through your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page, because that's where you actually interact on social media. So why not activate your personal social media to help you achieve some of those goals a little more effectively? And we help you do that. So here on How's Your ePresence, we're going to talk about professional social media. I talk about this a lot. Did you know that 93% of buying decisions are influenced by social media? It's unbelievable. So let's figure out a way that we can harness these channels. LinkedIn is really one of my focuses, as a lot of you already know. But let's talk about all social media if there's a question that may come up. So if you ever have a question, please remember, you can find me online anywhere. I have one handle that works everywhere on every single social media channel that's out there, and it's ePresence MG. That's ePresence, ePresence MG, M for Mark, G for Galvin. So hit me there anytime you have a question, and if I see it and you get into it before or hit it before a show, I'll be happy to answer a question for you. Again, remember, my universal social media handle, yes, this is a tip for all of you, have a universal social media handle. My universal social media handle is ePresence MG. All right, so what are we doing here on ePresence today? Well, I'm pretty excited that I've got some wonderful people on the line today, and they come from an association. It's called the Association of Destination Management Executives International, and because that's a lot to say, and we all like acronyms, the acronym is pronounced ADMEI, so it's ADMEI, but they pronounce it ADMEI. And I have two guests, and I'm going to go one at a time and let them introduce themselves. And we're going to start off with Lisa DeGolyer. Lisa, how are you?
Hi, Mark. Thank you so much for having us on today. I'm doing great. I'll tell you just a little bit about myself. I've been with ADMEI for about a year and a half. I've been in the association management industry for about 35 years.
Wait. 30? Did you say 35 years?
Yes, I did.
Unbelievable. Okay, well, that's a lot of great experience. I'm sorry, I just had to highlight that. That is super.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but currently I'm serving as ADMEI's Deputy Executive Vice President. So what does that mean? I'm running
what does
ADMEI's
that mean?
Conferences. Running the conferences. I run their DMCP certification program.
Okay.
We also have an accreditation program called ADMC for DMCs to apply for and achieve. And then we also give money away for scholarships, and I run that program too. So my business partner and I run the day-to-day operations of ADMEI, and we love this group. It's a really great group, and I know this group really is going to get a lot out of learning more about their social presence.
That's perfect. Now, you used an acronym that I want to describe. You said DMC. What does that stand for?
Well, DMC stands for Destination Management Company.
Okay.
DMCP is the Destination Management Certification Professional, which is our DMCP certification program.
Perfect. All right. Well, good.
So,
thank you very much. And we'll get into probably some more of that in just a minute. We have another guest on the line with us, and this guest is Denise Waldron. Denise, are you there?
I'm there, Mark. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having us today. We're super excited.
I'm glad you're here.
About LinkedIn.
I'm so glad that you're here.
Yes.
And you bring a perspective that's a little different than Lisa's because you're a member of the association. Is that right?
Yes, I am a member of ADMEI, and I'm also the director of education for the association. So these types of education opportunities are just exactly what we're trying to do for the association.
I love that. And by the way, everyone, we're going to get into the educational thing that we're talking about in just a minute. So we're going to get there. But Denise, will you share with everyone what you do and a little bit about your experience?
Sure. I have this is my industry, destination management and event planning. I've done this for 25 years.
Okay, so
and I was a corporate event planner.
So, Denise, I'm sorry, I'm talking right over you, and I apologize.
Yes.
We have a little delay here, so it's a little awkward. But that said, so you've got 25 years of experience, and Lisa's got 35 years of experience. So there's a lot of experience on the line. I am a little humbled here, so you guys need to take it easy on me, okay?
Okay,
we'll
try for sure.
All right.
So my perspective comes from being a corporate event planner, and 13 years ago, I left corporate planning to start my own destination and event planning company.
Oh, okay.
So that has been an exciting, fun journey. And so I both have a certification in being a certified meeting planner. It's called a CMP. And I'm also have my DMCP through ADMEI.
Got it. Okay.
So those are two certifications that I have, and this is just my passion, and excited to support the association.
Oh, I love that. Well, there's something that all three of us have in common. We're all entrepreneurs. Lisa really didn't describe that, but she's an entrepreneur and has started her own company. And Denise, you've done the same thing. So there are a lot of people out there that just call us crazy. We like to call it passion. So I'm thrilled that you guys have made some time to join How's Your ePresence Day. So thank you for being here. Now, one of you, I'd love to hear a little bit about what is the mission of ADMEI? What's the goal of the organization?
Well, that's a great question, Mark. I can tell you a little bit about ADMEI. ADMEI is the global voice of the destination management industry. It's the premier resource for education, standards, and practices within the DMC industry. So ADMEI has members in over 30 countries. It went global several years ago, and so we're really growing in our global presence. It's a well-respected association, and we provide education through our annual conference. We provide, as I mentioned earlier, a certification program, an accreditation program, and something else that we should mention is that we also have an awards program. We give out probably 30 awards every year at our conference, and it's a big deal.
Wow.
So that's a little bit about ADMEI.
That's terrific. That's terrific. So for folks that are not in the travel industry, it's probably worthwhile to mention that, both of you could deal with wonderful destinations because you're always taking your programs to other places than necessarily your local market. So is it true that, those people in the travel industry, the planners and destination executives, all you do is travel to great places and have great food and drink? Is that all that you do?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, not at all. But there are some of those wonderful benefits. But mostly the members that are part of ADMEI, we are destination management companies inside one or multiple in one state, if serving different cities, different destinations. So we have clients coming to us in those cities and locations as their experts on the ground.
So this is...
If you have someone coming from New York to San Diego, they don't know San Diego, they look to a accredited destination management company through ADMEI to support their program.
Now, and Denise, I'm glad you said it like that. I know what a DMC is because I came out of the hotel business. And for the common listener, this is a great opportunity for all of you to know that this is available to you. If you're headed to a destination, I love the idea of San Diego. Love San Diego. I particularly like that my Atlanta Braves just went to San Diego and swept the Padres, but let's not go there. But if I'm going to San Diego and I'm planning an event or I'm planning a meeting there or I'm doing something where I need transportation, I need to know what restaurants, maybe I want to do a progressive dinner, let's say, and I need to move people from the convention center to these restaurants and then back to their hotels. And there are a lot of logistics with that. There's transportation, there's what restaurants can do this. A destination management company could be a turnkey solution that can bring all the resources together in one, if you will, one central location. That's probably an oversimplification, but it is basically, that's what a DMC does. Is that a good description, Denise?
Great job. A+ on that, Mark.
Woo! Well, it is, and I worked in Atlanta for a number of years, and we have a healthy convention market, and there's a number of DMCs here in the city that do good work. So I know anytime I'm heading to another city, I'm going to pick up the phone and call a DMC for that type of work. So here's what this is all about, folks. What we're doing is we're setting up for a webinar that ADMEI is running on July the 23rd. So yes, this is right around the corner. It's coming up next week, July the 23rd at 11 a.m. We have a webinar called Master Your LinkedIn Page for a Better ePresence that we're offering for ADMEI members. And we're going to share a little bit of info on what DMC executives look for on LinkedIn. A little teaser, because Denise called me and she says, I got a ton of questions about LinkedIn. I said, hold those questions. Let's talk about those on a podcast. So Denise is going to throw a couple questions, but if you are an ADMEI member, we'll tell you at the end of the podcast how you can sign up for this. But we're just going to give you a little tease. If you join us on the webinar, what are some of those cool questions or things that we will address in the webinar? So I swear, there's no auditor that can prove this, but I have not seen the questions that Denise is going to ask me. So Denise, you have your questions handy. Throw them out there. What do you have? What's
What
is the burning question?
Well, I have a few, so I'll start with one. So our members majority of are all small businesses. They're either independent small businesses to consortiums that are a consortium of small businesses, and of course we do have some that are of larger corporate-owned destination management companies.
Okay.
The balance, as you know, with just day-to-day work and then having to manage our social media presence. When you talk about posting for your business, and then you're having to post for you as an individual. And so I would love just some highlights on how often, what the content should be, how personal you should get on your own versus business. It just feels a little like overwhelming how to have your voice. Does it need to be different with your business LinkedIn versus your personal LinkedIn? So there was like 4 questions all in one. Sorry.
And all great questions. And first of all, Denise, kudos for you for thinking about this, because these are all very important questions for all business owners to ask, because social media is so important today. So that's first of all, good that you're thinking about this. So Denise, the first thing we have to do is figure out who's your audience. And that's a very important component whenever you're looking at social media, is identify who your audience is. And you and I, we could have a 30-minute conversation about how we tease that out. But I'm going to, kind of button this down to quickly this. We got to figure out who your audience is. And then figure out, is your audience going to interact with your company page or your personal page more effectively? Right? How can you get the best bang for your buck? And then let's make sure we are driving content to the location that makes the most sense. So there's a couple of thoughts here. Number one is your company brand one that someone is going to want to have embroidered on their shorts or on their shirt or on their hat? Silence.
Is that a question for me?
Yeah. So,
What do you mean, like embroidered, like just the brand, your logo brand?
Sure. Yeah.
Elaborate a little
Do you
bit
think if you were to put your brand on a hat and put it in the airport, are people going to buy it?
Yes, absolutely. It's a cool brand. It's a cool logo.
But
It depends the product.
well, so, and I'm putting you on this.
We're a service. We're a service.
Exactly.
We're not a product. We're service.
Right. And as a result, you're not a style brand like a Nike, right? You're not Adidas. You're not that type of ubiquitous brand that everyone's going to go to and want to see your company page because it is your company. Now it's and by the way, your company is wonderful, and this is not disparaging your company. It's understanding, are people going to go to my page just because? And they are if they're interested in your organization and they know about your organization, and they're going to go to that page. So unless you are paying for advertising, you're driving people to your page through a means that's just not organic, I would urge you to focus on that personal side. Here's why. Because if you're driving content, good quality content, and you are the subject matter expert, and you're pushing that type of content to your page, you are growing your audience organically, naturally by being in business because you connect with your clients. So if you go onto LinkedIn, and if I'm a client, a potential client of yours, and I give you my business card when we meet at an event or networking or whatever that looks like, and you go back to the office or right on your phone, you connect to me, you're growing your audience. Well, now I may not be ready to buy from you today. I don't need your services today, but if you are in my social media feed, 60% of LinkedIn users are on their feed frequently. You have a good shot of staying in front of me, number one. So yeah, you should drive some content that shows your subject matter expert. And what you're going to do, share content with me that helps me. Share not, hey, you need to come buy from me because I'm terrific. I don't want you to overtly sell. I just want you to share good quality content. So what does that look like? Let's use the progressive dinner concept that I mentioned before. Is there a tip you can give me about booking progressive dinners? Is there something I need to think about if I'm doing that? Are you there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. But I find it, I find it, when you're in LinkedIn, you have different types of audience. I have my hoteliers,
right,
and my suppliers. I have clients. I have just colleagues that have been with me on LinkedIn for 15 plus years.
Yep.
So I have all different ones that don't really care about what a tip is for a dine around because they're more interested in something else. So it's just it's just different audiences, and that's I think that's the frustrating part I have with it is making it too general or too specific. Is that okay? Maybe you just mix it up and have all different types of content to meet those different buckets of audiences.
So understanding that you've got multiple audiences means that you have to share something for each of those audiences. So I'll give you an example. A hotel GM has 3 audiences. A hotel GM's first audience are the employees, both current employees and future employees. Before they go to work for that said GM, they want to know if that GM is going to offer life-work balance or work-life balance. Actually, there's a funny thing. I have a friend of mine who's a coach, and he always says it's life-work balance, not work-life. Life comes first. I was like, oh, okay, yes. So anyway, but is there a life-work balance? Number 2 is his other audience. So you got employees, then your next audience are guests, and that is a huge group. You and I both know those are meeting planners, those are convention guests, those are individual travel guests, but those are the guests. And then his other group are his or hers are the people in the brand where he or she works. So let's say they work for Hilton, And that general manager needs to make sure they are promoting some of the Hilton branded stuff that can, where the folks upstream can see, yes, this GM is supporting the brand. So how does that GM do that? It's by sharing content that speaks to all of them separately. So over the week, you may see one, in a week, let's say Monday through Friday, you could see probably maybe 2 posts for guests, 1 post for employees, and 1 post for the brand. So you can speak to all of them. Here's why this is important. Is they're going to land on your social media profile when they're determining whether they want to do business with you. And this is a referral too. So hotels, I know, refer business to you because they've got meetings that are coming in that need someone that can help you and do what you do. So they land on your profile, and right down the middle of your profile, there's a tile that shows your activity. Well, they're going to click that activity. They're going to see what you're talking about. They want to see, are you posting photographs of some of the things that you've done? They're going to want to know, how do you know what you know? And yes, they may not care, a hotelier may not care about a restaurant dine around, but if you are sharing a key knowledge, and I urge you, give away the very best you got. Don't hold anything back. Because if you are sharing the hottest intelligence you can, your audience, your potential employee, and potential customers are going to be so blown away that they know they got to hire you because you're so smart, and your competition probably isn't doing it. So share your very best nuggets, and I encourage people to have a little pad by their desk when you get that social media focus. Write down on that pad of some things that you can share each and every week. That is some real big takeaways. And then once a week, I'd get a social media scheduling system like a Hootsuite, or there's a system that we're now using here at ePresence called Social Pilot. But pick your own. Social Pilot doesn't have a freemium plan. I think Hootsuite does have a freemium option. But schedule your posts once a week. So you don't spend every day of every week on it. Plan them out, and you can schedule these things months in advance. If you know there's a cyclical part of travel, and in October things are going to get busy, whatever that looks like, you can schedule things further out. But always post, and this is important, Denise, as you do this, always post some sort of graphic. You always want to make sure, if possible, to tag someone in it and use hashtags, because people follow hashtags, especially in LinkedIn. One of my favorites is if you look up event profs, so EVENTPROFS. That is one of the hottest hashtags on LinkedIn, and a lot of people follow it. Well, you have a chance to get in front of more people there. But the key is, when it comes to your customers, connect with them, and then drive content to your personal page. And I will tell you this: don't forget about the company page. And I need to go back to that and say, don't ignore it. Just understand the value of your company page is validation, unless you are buying some sort of advertising piece to drive people to that page. And I don't think you need to do that, because you're going to drive people to your page. That's what I would encourage. There's something else also very important about LinkedIn. That is, kind of comparing it to Facebook. LinkedIn is hyper organic right now. The organic reach is unbelievable. So you can reach a lot more people just by posting a post on LinkedIn than, say, Facebook. Facebook wants you to pay for advertising. They want you to pay to boost a post. LinkedIn's not that way. You can reach a very large audience just by posting one thing and plugging in the right hashtags and getting a graphic. And if you do video is a great idea. Do video, and you can reach a much larger audience. Reaching those people that you're connecting to because they're important to you, whether they're hoteliers, because they refer to you, they'll send you business, or peers. It's okay for peers, because if a peer gets a lead and they're impressed by you, they're going to send that lead to you if they can't do it, if they can't handle it, or potential customers. So that was a long run. There was a lot in that, a lot to unpack. Do you have a follow-up question from that? Put you on the spot.
I think that covered that. I feel like you still need to pay attention to your business page so it doesn't look like if someone is just searching and it looks like you haven't posted in a few months,
Exactly.
that it's still kept current.
I agree with you.
So I guess you could forward your individual posts to your business posts. You can forward those over.
You can
there.
do that.
Is that something that you can do?
You could.
Okay. Keep
What
it current.
I think what you just said is exactly right. 100%. You're spot on. Because when I land on your company page, it can't look dormant because I could question whether you're still in business. You don't want that. And you need to have a company page because your brand is controlled from that page. So I'm looking at your LinkedIn profile now. I love your logo, and it appears on your personal page because you have a company page. So that's the only way you get a logo to appear on your individual profile is your company page has to exist with that logo. And you've done that, and that's brilliant. And then if I click, so your company is Viva Events. So everyone, you got to go check out Viva Events. Check her out on LinkedIn. I love I like how you have your page with the color. Your banner matches your logo. Oh, you're very smart. So everyone, she's got bicycles. You got to see this. She has bicycles, people on bicycles on her banner. And the color of the background, everything it has greens, tones of greens, and her logo has. I'm going to say these colors wrong, so Denise, you can totally correct me. But there's greens and turquoise in your logo. Are those the right colors? Is that how you describe those?
That's correct.
Phew. I'm not a color guy, so they're good. But I like how you've done that. So your company page looks really good, and it's active. You can see. You've got good. I think you're doing the right thing on your company page, but drive subject matter expert stuff to your personal LinkedIn page, and you'll find it will pay off for you. So good. Well, we've gone long. We were going to go about 15 minutes. We're 26 minutes, so we're a little further than that. But I do think that what you're asking is true for everybody that's in business today. Should I worry about that company page in addition to my personal page? And we'll get into some more on that. And if any of your members with ADMEI on the 23rd ask a question about that, we can get into that into some more detail. So that's good stuff. Well, Lisa, I'm going to go back to you. Where can people find the association? Where can they find you on Twitter and all the other places? And what's the website?
Well, our website is admei.org. That's a pretty easy one. That's ADMEI.org.
Perfect.
And then our Twitter handle is ADMEINTL, as in ADMEI International.
Awesome.
That's also the handle for our Facebook.
Good.
And you can find us on LinkedIn by searching ADMEI, ADMEI.
That's awesome. And if your members want to sign up for the webinar, how do they do that?
Well, it's just go to the website and hover about ADMEI, and go down to Education and Webinars. It's right there, and it's free to every member. So
free?
There's no fee for them to do this. It's free, Mark.
Wow.
We like to give benefits to our members, and
what a deal.
This is a free webinar. Yes, and we're excited to have you. I learn something every time I cross your path, Mark.
Well, thank you.
You helped me with my brand, my image on my Facebook page, my descriptions, all the components of it. I think this group really does care about their brand because it's the face of who they are and their business, and their clients are going to be affected by that. So I think this is going to be a really great topic for our group.
Bravo. Well, bravo. Well, Lisa, I'm thrilled to join you guys. And I learned it. By the way, everyone, Lisa is selling herself short. She's one of those folks that walks up and she knows a lot already, and she just wants to confirm what she knows is what she knows. So Lisa, you're ahead of a lot of people. You do very well. Well, I want to thank you, Lisa and Denise, for joining us today, joining us here on How's Your ePresence. Thank you for the time. I'm going to do a little quick summary here, and we're going to close out. But for everyone listening, these are some of the things that we do here at How's Your ePresence and at ePresence in general, as we do webinars and help people understand how to how to manage a personal, professional social media a little better. Now, do remember, if you want to follow us, our handle everywhere, and this is our company page, is ePresence ME. So ePresence ME, because it's all about you. And our website is ePresence.me. So ePresence.me, because it's all about you. And we launched a new website, so go check out the new website. I think it looks fantastic. Thrilled that we've got that done. We cleaned it up and made it a little more, it made it a little simpler. I was a little wordy on the first one. Could you imagine that? Can't believe that. We also have a live radio show that we run once a month. And it runs live on the third Thursday at 3 o'clock every single month on businessradiox.com, or just remember, the third Thursday at 3. You can go there, listen to it live, or just catch it here on the feed where you caught this channel. This show, we'll drop it right there. And remember, for more about ePresence, you can find us at ePresence.me. That's ePresence.me, because it's all about you. Or find us on any social media platform using ePresence ME. Until next time, for my guests, Lisa DeGolyer and Denise Waldron. Denise, I'm still killing your name. I'm going to say it correctly. Denise Waldron. Sorry, Denise. I'm Mark Galvin, and this has been How's Your ePresence?